Hey, it's that one dude, Brian Posehn, and you're watching Heavy Consequence on Consequence of Sound.
I wanted to go and, you know, outside of metal, like I was first introduced to you on Mr. Show with Bob and David, one of my
Nice.
favorite shows. Just as a fan of that show, I mean, like, what are your memories of like putting that together and then just talking about like how all these guys have gone on to like kind of great things since then?
So I got brought in as an actor on the first season, but we were friends. So I moved down to LA and was already friends with David Cross. And then I met Bob Odenkirk as soon as I got to LA. And I looked up to those guys because I wanted to get into sketch writing. I was a stand-up at the time, but I had already been writing sketch in San Francisco with my roommate Patton Oswalt at the time, and we were shooting like stuff on our own, and I was moving towards that as a job. And then they started working on Ben Stiller had ended, and they started working on sketches that became Mr. Show, and I just was hanging out, and I got cast in some of them, and then they asked my opinion on the writing, and I'm just like, well, it's awesome. Like, you guys are hilarious. Like the first 4 episodes they wrote on their own, and they were, there's a reason it's a legendary show. It's just like when you heard them, you're like, I knew I was around for something special. Like I remember going, this is going to be like SCTV. Like it's going to be like, it's not going to be SNL. It's not going to be around forever. But it's gonna be this thing that people talk about. I knew it as I was working on it. Like, and then, the second season and the third season where it just got even funnier and smarter. And we brought in these other people, Dino Stamatopoulos, who's still, around creating crazy shit. And the fact that David and Bob, I saw that I knew those guys would have careers, but I don't think I could have seen that Bob would go dramatic. And
one of the most critically acclaimed TV shows, and now on his own version of it as well.
But of all the people I've ever worked with, like, and the word genius gets thrown around a lot, like that dude is legit genius. Like the smartest, funniest, weirdest guy I've ever been around. But we've been pals forever, and I love being in a room with them. We did the reboot of Mr. Show for Netflix a couple of years ago with Bob and David, and I hope we're going to do some more when he's done with Saul, because sitting in a room with either one of those guys, but the three of us together, we've had a blast. I mean, I've written movies with them, and it's just a fun dynamic.
Yeah, that show is genius. Just the way the sketches like transition from one to the other was unbelievable. And then I saw that
was a lot of work, dude. But